All right. Okay. Fantastic. Well, let's get into the dailies. Okay. And we want to go through the headlines. So let's just do that. So we'll go through the headlines here, and I want to start with the daily graphic. Okay. So on the front page of the daily graphic, we have tertiary programs at unaccredited centers to be revoked. That's coming from G-Tech. We have measles, rubella vaccination underway. Targets 5 million under 5-year-olds. Okay. We have expedite hearing on Galamsey cases. Attorney General to judges. And we have Student Loan Trust Fund pays 25 million Ghana cedis to a teacher trainee allowance. Okay. And the final one on the front page of the daily graphic, we have CDS calls for more collaboration among security services. Let me give you the front page of the Ghanaian Times. So the Ghanaian Times says, it says 65 days to go, okay? 65 days more for election 2024. Now, we have efforts to prevent electoral violence, 36 hotspots identified nationwide. National Peace Council intensifies public awareness campaign in affected areas. We also have here, vote for my vice to continue my transformational agenda. President tells voters in Upper East. Okay. We also have expedite investigations into 45 Democracy Hub protesters. This is the Attorney General's office speaking.
All right, and we have the daily graphic here. Okay.
Yeah. So we can go to the final one here is the NDC advocates stakeholder examination of EC IT system.
All right, so we should hit the chronicle.
Yeah, let me just welcome to help me go through the news items. Apioko has joined me on the set this morning.
Hello,
Hi,
David.
Api, how are you?
Hi, David. I'm well. How are you?
Good. I'm fantastic. Thank you. So what do you have for us?
So, okay, let's start with the chronicle.
Yeah.
So you have the chronicle here. NDC fails to provide proof of flawed register claim. And there's a picture there, of course, of Omani Boama.
Yes.
We have EC boss as well. CJ to judges. Manage court services with discipline. And then we have here as well, I fully support you, Otumfo assures Alan Cash. So I think that has stirred a lot of conversations. And of course, the Chronicle always has, scripture. So today's is 2 Corinthians 6:3.
Okay.
We put no obstacle in anyone's way, so that no fault may be found with our ministry.
Wonderful. All right, so the daily guide, I continue with that. It says here, Ministry of Health refers Ojobi old woman's case to CID. We know that the report came out. The committee that was tasked to investigate that unfortunate incident at Ojobi, Gumwa Ojobi, came out, and now it's been referred to the CID for further investigation and prosecution of those who are found culpable in that case there. Finished Galamsey cases in 1 month. The AG is there speaking. We have NDC Abundance Forensic Audit Call. This is on the 2024 Voters Register. I don't know if they have abandoned the call, but yeah, that's what Daily Guide is saying. Bedia Tour responding to treatment. Good news there. Very sudden and shocking information that came out about his sudden illness, at the UN Assembly meeting. Judges call for improved security, and that's what we have for the Daily Guide.
All right, we have the anchor here. Tanzania emulates Baumia's domestic gold buying policy as minister engages delegation.
Okay.
So I mean, that's what the anchor is saying. Interesting there. YEA Zoom Lion lock horn over juicy contract. Management runs to board finance ministry for intervention. So I don't know what's happening there. I'm sure that story will unfold as time goes on. James Gunu wraps up retail campaign at Akachi North. You have that there as well. Then AG wants Galamsey cases concluded within 1 month. So same story that we saw in the other paper a little while ago.
Okay. The custodian we have here, bossy NDC wobbles at IPAC. Interesting headline.
Very interesting headline.
609 new homes for public servants. And this is coming from Upon Nkrumah. 800,000 farmers to receive food grants. This is the Agric Minister speaking. We have STEM schools excel at YEA job fair competition. And UNESCO praises Ghana for RTI law. That's what we have for the custodian.
Okay, we have the new trust. Promise fulfilled as Oninufu community in Ahafo, Anu Southwest District gets electricity for the very first time.
Wow.
And let's not forget, we still do have communities around the country that don't have electricity. So that's good news, if there were any. Claims payments unprecedented. Private Health Association lauds NHIA CEO. Okay, so that's good if people are able to get their money back after people have brought their insurance cards to the hospital. It has to work. And that's one of the problems we have been facing, right? People have their NHIS cards, but when they get to hospitals, they're declined because the facilities will say that we don't get our claims payments, either not on time or we haven't seen that for a while. So if the system is working, we're glad to hear that. Then we have here as well, Alhaji Alu Sali, CEO of Alhaji and Madina Company Limited, celebrates birthday in grand style. Okay, all right. So it seems like people are having big birthday parties and whatnot.
All right, the New Republic says scandalous links exposed. Vice President Baumia's alleged connection to Haptel's lucrative deals. Okay. Togbi Nyaho moves to foil royal coup. Files legal action against coup-maker chiefs and regional House of Chiefs. We have coup echoes reverberate. Commandos replace infantry at vital GBC hub. Oh, wow. Okay. So there's, so this looks like, because at the beginning of the week, there was a story of GCB, the soldiers being withdrawn from GBC. So, okay, we'll find out what the story actually, what is in there. MBB in election data harvesting plot. The Ghana report, Cambridge Analytica connection uncovered. Okay. So that's what I have. I have one more paper. What do you have?
All right, still have the daily graphic here.
No, we did the daily graphic.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. So you want to delve into
I want to delve into, particularly the one about the vaccination.
Okay, that's good.
So measles, rubella vaccination underway, targets 5 million under 5-year-olds. And this is not something new. Every now and then, especially for those of us who have young kids, we get a communique from the school or from a district health office letting us know that, some kind of vaccination is going to happen. And we have heard that there's an outbreak. The Ghana Health Service has spoken about it. So I'm happy that the vaccination is happening. And I'm curious to know if there's any data as to what is causing the surge, because for some time, you don't really hear, it's talking about the vaccination. You think maybe we'll delve into that? Okay, let's see. So it says here, a nationwide measles and rubella vaccination campaign began across the country yesterday, targeting over 5 million children between 9 months and under 5 years old. The exercise, which will end on Sunday, October 6, 2024, is also administering vitamin A supplements to the targeted population. As part of a comprehensive program for the exercise, authorities have set up mobile outreach points at health facilities and schools across the country as vaccination centers. And then, there's something here about safe vaccines. The Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumar-Boaji, whose outfit is leading the vaccination campaign, gave an assurance that the vaccines being administered were safe, highly effective, and free. Measles and rubella vaccines have been used globally and in Ghana for decades, saving several millions of lives. Likewise, vitamin A supplementation is a proven intervention that reduces mortality in children under 5. We've also ensured that all vaccination teams are trained in infection prevention measures and to maintain the highest safety standards throughout the campaign. He further assures. That was a quote from the GHS boss. And then there's something about commitment here, just basically saying that the GHS is committed to making sure that our children continue to be vaccinated and that they are healthy. Now, I think this is important because, you know, sometimes when your country has plenty issues, you forget the little wins that you've had over time. And typically, mothers with young children or parents with young children will take their babies, their children for weighing, as we call it. And then based on what stage they've reached in terms of how old they are, how many months they are, how many years, your weighing card would have, you know, tell you at what points you are and which vaccinations you should be taking. So if there's anybody who's watching, you're not too sure whether your child has been vaccinated, you haven't done it in a while, this is a good opportunity to go and get it done.
They actually joined us earlier this week.
Yes, they
to
did.
talk about it, and I think it's a good intervention that we do. Talking about health, Ministry of Health refers Ojobi Old Woman's case to CID. Let me just quickly read portions of that story. It says here, the Ministry of Health has referred allegations of medical misconduct at Winnebago's Trauma and Specialist Hospital to the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service and Attorney General's Department for further investigation. This follows the Ghana Health Services investigation, which revealed grave misconduct by hospital officials regarding a patient's death after transfer to Ojobi, where she was negligently abandoned. Now, the Health Ministry, in a statement issued yesterday, said the investigative committee also recommended that the said staff should be sanctioned by the GES through internal disciplinary procedures. Now, given the severity of the issue and the loss of life reported, the statement noted that the ministry believes a comprehensive investigation by the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice is warranted. Now, according to the statement, the Health Minister, Dr. Bernard Ukoboy, directed that the conduct of officials involved be reported to the CID and the Attorney General's Department. So this is basically the Ministry of Health is requesting the help and assistance of the Attorney General's office to dig deeper and to lay culpability where it lies. You know, I think it's important that we don't gloss over these things. It's very important because at the end of the day, incompetence, intransigence, negligence, they persist if we don't punish, you know, and they also send signals to people that they can also get away with things, you know, if we don't send strong signals. So,
very much so, and I'm happy that the Ghana Health Service is taking lead on this.
Yes,
because there's been a perception over time that you know, our health ministry, our health service, you know, agencies that are professional bodies that oversee our health system. When we have cases like this pop up, you know, issues of alleged medical malpractice or, you know, things that are affecting families and Ghanaians, there's a notion that these bodies tend to cover up. And so the ministry, the service is getting involved and asking for help from the judiciary to make sure that we see and get to the bottom of what is happening, then I think that that's the way to go.
Let's bring you some stories from online, and then we can have you can run some comments on them as you see fit. Okay, so we'll go to channel1news.com first. Concerned citizens against Galamsey begin 3-day protest in Accra today. We have abandoned patient saga, the one we just referred to, referring officials to AG and CID to allow a fair hearing. Minister of Health. Bidiatua Asante hospitalized in U.S. after falling ill, responding to treatment. This is coming from the presidency. And we have 62% of Ghanaians believe country is headed in the wrong direction. This is coming from Global Info Analytics. Okay, so that's what we have for ChannelOneNews.com. I don't know if any of those tickle your fancy. I want to go to citynewsroom.com.
Two of them in particular.
Yeah, let's do citynewsroom.com. So this one says, Galamsey, we will lose our seats if we impose a ban. Asante Akim South MP. I want to read that story. That story is prodding me. I want to read the story. All right, so yeah, let me just get that one again. My tablet is doing things.
Yeah, that was doing things.
Yeah, but you know, okay, so there we go. If you lose your seat, it means you've not done a good job. It's not the Galamsey ban that's making you lose your seat. I'm not sure why it's not coming up. I'm struggling with it on here. I don't know what is going on here. Yeah, but you know, just a quick comment on that. For you to feel that the ban on Galamsey will cause a loss of your seat means you haven't done a good job. You know, it may sound simplistic, but I think that leadership is about taking the people from a place that was not as good to a much better place, leading the charge to take them there. And while you're doing that, fixing the ills, pointing them in the right direction, showing them why the choices they are making are not the best choices, and offering them better choices, helping them to make better choices. That's good leadership. You see, so if you're afraid to lose your seat, when you ban Galamsey, it means you haven't done a good job.
Yeah, no, and apart from that, I don't know, you know when you find yourself in positions of leadership or in positions of high service, let me put it that way, where people, more so communities, are relying on you, they can't always like the decisions that you take.
Yeah.
You know, it cannot be so.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we know this, and we've said it over and over again, and it's become more amplified because we're in an election season, right? Unfortunately, politicians always want to do what will bring them political success, what will bring them the votes.
Anyway.
You know, but you cannot run any chain or any part of the governance chain like that.
Yeah.
You cannot.
I've been able to open the story, so let me just read that for you so that people get a good context of what actually was said. So Kweku Asante Boateng, the Member of Parliament for Asante Akim South, has expressed concerns that the government's reluctance to tackle illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey, is driven by fears of losing the December 7th elections. According to Asante Boateng, the New Patriotic Party's strong stance against Galamsey in 2020 contributed to the party's defeat in several mining communities. Speaking to journalists on Wednesday, the MPP MP suggested that the current hesitation to impose a total ban on all forms of mining stems from this fear, a sentiment he believes could affect any political party. He defended the government's caution, stating that the fear of losing votes is a common concern in politics, particularly in regions where Galamsey is prevalent. Now, we did it as a party and as a government before the 2020 elections. And if you can recount, all our seats in the mining communities that we were trying to control, we lost all the seats, the parliamentary seats there. So, do you think, for the second time, if we say we want to break the 8 and the people are crying for that ban, the current government will have the guts or will find it necessary to put a ban on it? The fear of losing power is delaying the ban, and that fear can happen to any party at all.
All right. Now let me say that our voices, or let me say our collective voice as Ghanaians, as a people on Galamsey, is the loudest it's been since I can remember
Yeah.
this
No,
issue
it's never been this
popping
loud.
up. It's never been
never
this
been this
loud.
loud.
You know, and you have people from all walks of life,
Yeah.
all industry, all areas, sectors of the economy and of the social divide speaking up against it. Now, Galamsey is not our only problem as a nation.
No.
It's not the only thing that we're unhappy about as far as governance goes and how things have been handled in the country. We have grave economic challenges. Tariffs have just gone up for utilities, you know. So Galamsey is one thing. If you are afraid to lose seats or votes in the Galamsey heavy communities, there are other things that will make you lose votes in other parts of the country. So I'm just saying that if that's the strategy, that, as far as our campaign strategy is, let's manage the things small, in I need to, you know, small, so few, and then if we win, then we'll do what we want to do. I'm not a political strategist, but it's quite disappointing that that would be the strategy. You know? And you see, this Galamsey thing, the effects of it are rapid. They are rapid because people have seen that nobody is doing anything about it.
Of course.
And there's a story we spoke about last week that now we have the illegal lumbering. So now people say, oh, they're talking about Galamsey. So if we go and cut down some trees, they'll think it's the Galamsey people. So we too will go and cut trees and then go and you know, put timber illegally onto the market. So it's creating a plethora of problems. And we've spoken about the others, the health implications, all these things. We've spoken about everything. So let's be here and be saying that we are afraid that people won't vote for us. For me, I think that a leader who is not more concerned about legacy than convenience is a leader we have to question.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And I want to say that also this morning, the NLC, National Labour Commission, is meeting organized labor. And so the conversation about, you know, organized labor says the 10th is when they're going on strike, right?
Quick.
So, so they're meeting them today. And, you know, I want to sound an encouragement voice to to the organized labor. Stand your ground. This Galamsey fight has to be fought by us, the people. Yeah, because the people who should fight it do not seem interested at all, particularly maybe for political expediency, not interested at all to do the fight. And so we should stand our ground and, you know, whichever way, pressure has to be put. You know?
And you see now the Galamsey sites, they are no longer just in the deep dark forests and the hinterland. So they are moving to roads where people walk and pass.
Happy. Port Rusty here,
look,
far away from here. In the Dinsu,
it's ridiculous.
So Wager is going to be affected very soon.
It's ridiculous.
Wager is going to be affected very
Rice farms are going underway. So let's joke about it. Let's keep joking about it.
Thank you very much, Happy. Thank you. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, sports is next.